property to help a client with figuring out what type of flooring they should use. So we get asked this question a lot, like what type of flooring do you want to use? What type of material should we use? And I know the answer is really, it depends, which is not the answer most clients want to hear, but the reality is that everyone's situation is different. So let me give you a few scenarios here just to give you some ideas of what's going on and just to tell you what you can do for your house. So I'm going to use the first one. I'm going to use as a personal example. I'm in a duplex condo. So the first floor is above level. The second floor is below level, and we had some water damage a few years ago. Now, whoever had been living there before installed carpet in this lower level, which I get it. It's softer on your feet. It's padding. That makes sense. But the problem is when you're at a below level or below grade unit, the problem with that is that you're going to be probably having a lot more chances for water damage. So, and that's exactly what happened. I had to change everything because I had a huge water issue. We actually had to add drain tile into the property. It was a whole mess. We fixed it, and when we did, I said, you know what, we're not dealing with carpet. I understand it's softer. We kept it in 2 bedrooms that weren't affected because we didn't want to start changing everything, but the main area of the entire downstairs is all tile now. And the reason why it's tile is because of the fact that tile is great if there's water damage. Is, yeah, you might have to replace something. We kept some extra tiles just in case, but we shouldn't have to replace everything. And that's really the reason why we did that, because you could cut into the grout and kind of remove some if something gets broken. So there's some potential there. So there's less worry about having to do a full repair on this. So that's one of the things I would recommend. If you're trying to figure out and you're in a lower level, don't put carpet, because carpets can be easily to get wet, and you know, we've all seen those like flooded basements with carpet and they're all soggy and gross and they have to be thrown out. Most carpets can't stand or handle everything there. So that's one thing. You could use some like LVP, but you know, the problem is with LVP is, you know, if it gets underneath the LVP, it can still get wet and you might still have to replace it. So there's some challenges there. So let's go into another scenario, which is where I'm going right now. This is a rental owner. She's looking for tenants. She's on the 34th floor of a building in Chicago, and I'm in Edgewater, going up there right now, and she wants to probably use LVP. She was using carpet before, but it wasn't installed correctly by a certain carpet place that rhymes with Muna, and when they installed it, there were folds in the carpet, and the problem was they didn't really stretch it out right, and they didn't staple it in right, they didn't tape it. It wasn't done and secured correctly, and eventually folds occurred. So we're going to take a look at doing LVP. We might take a look at doing some recarpeting it, but we'll see. The point is that, you know, and you're on a higher level, you could do carpet, but you know, the drywall, or I'm sorry, the LVP sometimes has a better lifespan than carpet. And if you're going to keep a property as a rental property and you're not concerned about water damage as much, I mean, obviously you still want to make sure there's some protection, LVP is a better option. And the great thing about that is it's also water resistant from the top. So, you know, if you spill something from the kitchen onto the floor, you're not going to have as many problems as you would with carpet. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The other option is obviously hardwood floors. Hardwood floors are great, but you know, as you can imagine, it's harder to maintain if something goes wrong, so because it's more costly. That said, I mean, similar to LVP, LVP is also great because a lot of times they just like lock in place. Hardwood, you could also take you can take out a few boards. You don't have to take out the entire flooring in all cases. Now that said, if there's a difference in color, you might have to restain that floor. So just giving you some options here. Talked about tile, we talked about carpet, we talked about LVP, we talked about hardwood flooring. You know, the reality is that it depends on what you want to do in your property. And if you have some thoughts and, hey, this will work, this won't, then, you know, you're probably on the right track. Don't try and overthink it. I mean, unless you're going to be living there, if you're going to be living there, you definitely want to maybe go a little bit higher end because it's you and you know yourself and you want to have the best for yourself. If you're renting it, go medium range. Don't go low, bottom of the market, because those low ones, even whether it's LVP, whether it's hardwood flooring, carpet, whatever it is, it might save you some money up front, but it won't save you money in the long run. And that's the challenge. It's like with everything in construction. You could save some money up front, or you could save some money along the long term and have a real investment. And with flooring, it is an investment because this is where your tenants walk around. This is where your family walks around if you're in the property. So you want to make sure that they're having the best surface possible to make sure that they're able to enjoy your location. So that's pretty much it this is pretty much it. This is Andy Nathan coming to you live, talking to you about flooring today. I thought we'd get some comments. If you want to have some chats and you want to have discussions about which flooring to use for your property, let me know. Andy Nathan, Creative Smart Contractors. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like it, subscribe, shout it out to all your friends, and say, hey, you should check this out. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a better week. I'm heading out.